Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Wuthering Waves. I was quite surprised when I found out that they split the main quest into two parts in the same patch. That they split the first one with Cartetia and the second one with the Lupa. I was not expecting that. So yeah, I was quite surprised a few days ago when Lupa came out, was on the banner, and suddenly the main quest continued on. But then again, I guess everybody was. Let's just do this.
At your disposal. Yeah. Sentinel, protect me. Yeah.
So here we are, the second part of the 2 thingy quest, 2.4 quest, main quest. People attack, yeah. Done this one so many times. Unaki. Okay, Flames of the Heart. The curtain has fallen on the grand competition. Don your medal and travel onwards to the Vale of Glory, where you shall make a decision that may change how the story goes. Sounds interesting. You're about to enter focus mode. Yes. Is this the first time I'm playing Wuthering Waves with my other GPU? I don't know if I did it with previous Wuthering stream, but... I was wondering what I was hearing. Anyway. This is basically on my 9070 XT. Ray tracing. Where's my ray tracing? Darn it! Anyway.
You've come, warrior! The mighty guardian, Arudicus Arsenosa, is not the kind of echo too warm to crowds. The lioness favors the strong, the unyielding, and the battle-hardened. Only those she deems worthy will find her arms welcoming. But she is still an echo and can't talk. These sounds. What is it? Did you feel something just now?
I only heard strange sounds. Tell me, what direction did the lioness just look toward?
The Vale of Glory. It's where all heroes, blessed by the glory forged in iron and fire, find their rest. But on the long path of hunting, many died with their bodies missing. Only their weapons returned. Arsenosa's frequency is woven from the cries of souls in battle. The battered weapons still carry the will of their former masters, whispering the deeds left undone. To touch such weapons is a rite of great importance for those who claim glory in the great Aegon and receive the lioness's blessing. Hearing the voices of our ancestors by Arsenosa's side is a great source of strength for Septimontians.
Before meeting Buling, when I touched the echo in that village, I felt a layered, indistinct frequency. It was like what Abby described on our journey to Septimont, but the source eluded me at the time. But now, I found it. The source of that power lies in the Vale of Glory. The closer the lioness gets to it, the clearer it becomes.
She waits for us there. Shall we go together? I'm not sure if Septimontian rituals will interest you, but you might uncover something useful, no?
Need to find out.
Perfect. Let's head out.
What is it?
Nothing. Just a dizzy spell. Overexcitement after the win. Or something. Anyway, it's no matter. Let's continue.
Flames of Heart. I wonder something.
These days have been a feast of victories. Becoming champion, the glory, all thanks to you.
You noticed? His shadow isn't moving. This is quest related. Okay. What I was going to say. I wonder if I can...
The
can I open
moment
this?
at hand, this very moment, is the best of our lives.
Oh, neat. It doesn't show up on my screen. No, I opened up my FPS counter. It apparently only shows up on my monitor. It doesn't show up on my other monitors. It's currently streaming the game. Can I record this? Let's see. Yeah, I can. I lose about 2 FPS. Okay. Let's go. Never been to this part of the city yet. The only thing that I've really done in Septimont off screen is farming Lupa's materials. I haven't pulled her. I'll make the decision after the 2.5 live stream. I want to see what Lova can do.
Strange. Why are so many appearing all at once?
I did do her test run, but only once. I'm not really good yet.
I'll end you. Into the spotlight. Lackluster. I thought tacit discords didn't usually appear around the border mountains.
These tacit discords didn't gather from the surroundings. It's more like they spawned from thin air.
Look, it's just ahead. The Vale of Glory, where heroes are laid to rest.
So in my opinion, from what I've seen of Lupa in the test trial, she's about the same as Shangli, but Shangli is more easier to use combo wise, but Lupa has more longer range, and Lupa seems to do a little bit more damage, not much more damage, but she has longer range, does a little more damage than Shangli, but
Make it
It's a little bit
fast.
harder to do her combos. Chun-Li's more easier. But then again, I have no clue what gear that Lupa was wearing in the test run, so...
You are from my homeland. What?
That girl just now, that was Mia. The closer to the Vale of Glory, the more the normal world and the anomaly overlap. Whatever lies ahead must be the key to all of this. I need to rethink everything. Septimont, Lupa, Cardathea, Mia, the Lioness of Glory. All of it. Cardathea arrived in Septimont alone, not waiting for me or attempting contact. Something must have happened to prevent her. If something cut her off, aside from the Fraxidus, it could have only been the Threnodian, which should be dead. But Septimont holds no faith in the Sentinel, and the Threnodian was never able to establish influence here. Maybe it's not that simple. The Threnodian controls the mind of its followers through their faith. Mia is a Ragunasi, and likely a follower of the Order of the Deep. If the Vale of Glory is an important rite for champions, perhaps Mia went there. And it was there she vanished. Her hysterics, hallucinations, and loss of control in the arena were signs of the Threnodian's corruption. Krylova once said, "The closer one stands to the protagonist, the greater their influence over the tale." In this great Aegon, Lupa is the protagonist. Years ago, it was Mia. Now I'm seeing Mia's image flicker in and out throughout this journey. If the Mia I see is under the Threnodian's control, does that mean securing the protagonist role is key to its plan? When I first met Lupa, I sensed what felt like Cardathea's frequency on her. Later, I also felt the Threnodian's presence. Did they cross paths? If Cardathea is part of this story, the likelihood is high. Could Lupa have forgotten? Did they meet without realizing it? Or is she lying and already under the Threnodian's influence? Was Frolova telling the truth by saying Lupa would bring forth the Dark Tide? Or is she just another one of its victims?
Hey! Is something wrong? Is there something you need? Or something you want to say?
Trust her, speak your mind, doubt her, tell nothing. Well, I am more of the person of tell her.
I'm sorry. I don't recall crossing paths with Cardathea, but you could be right. I may have and just forgotten about it. These past days, there have been moments when I feel lost, forgetting what I was doing a heartbeat ago. I don't know if it's the Threnodians' work, but if something is wrong, and it's trying to twist my mind, you'd make the right call, wouldn't you, my fellow warrior? You'd protect my honor and my dignity.
She's telling me to strike her down if that happens.
There's more at stake than that, Lupa. I've heard the Septimont saying, all for glory, fear no death. But sometimes, living takes more courage than dying.
Well then, that'll do just fine. I trust you, warrior, just as you trust me.
It doesn't matter if the story's end is already written or yet to unfold. I'll trust my own judgment to guide it where it must go.
Alright, I don't know if you've seen it yet, maybe you have. I uploaded a video yesterday. Well, not yesterday, it was actually like the day before, but it was published yesterday. For Siakon's character quest, which is very weird because her character quest is part of an event quest. Like, huh? You might think it's like the shorekeeper. Basically, that entire Black Shores quest was also part of her character quest. And was also part of the main story as well. It was a main story quest. But in Siakon's case, this is part of the event quest. And the thing is, in that event quest, some very important things for the main story is told. Told and shown. Which doesn't make sense. Why put main story stuff in an event quest? Did they really mess that up? Also, you can see the grass popping in and out. Somewhere last week they did an update for basically Septimont is very laggy if you don't have the hardware for it. So to help players out, they basically reduced the render distance. So it would be much easier for the overall Wuthering Waves community, Wuthering Waves player. And I don't quite like it. It looks weird. It doesn't do that only to grass, by the way. It does it to other ground stuff as well. But as you can see here, it doesn't show it this ground. I don't like it, but I understand why they did it. And yes, the Septimont does run smoother now. Wait, how did I get an echo? I didn't observe anybody. Did I?
I hear cowering prey. With me!
Hopefully they can fix the Septimont issue reasonably fast. Like have it fixed in 2.5 or 2.6. Because I do want the render distance back. And I also want my RTX on the ND cards. Still waiting on that, by the way. It's been like 2 patches ago that you have 2 live streams ago that you said that you were working on it and that we were getting it
and
soon.
halberd embedded in the stone. They're the weapons of the fallen heroes. We have a tradition in Septimont. Touch them and listen to the whispers of those who once wielded them.
Yeah, AMD does have super resolution and FSR now. But still waiting on the N120 FPS. Still waiting on that RTX. Stretching out your hand, your fingertips brush against the rusted steel. A deep, solemn voice hums from Aye! Through endless battles and surging dark tide, kin and warmth were lost, and all softness and love faded away. All that remained in his eyes was the sight of white flowers blooming across fields. How fragile, how beautiful, he sighed, as his skull was crushed under the tacit discard's weight. I came here multiple times already just farming these flowers every 2 days, or every other day. It's kind of weird how they spawn in. Sometimes it's every other day and sometimes it's every 2 days. Spread out your hand, your fingertips brush against rusted steel, and the quiet, sorrowful voice hums from the halberd's axe. No one knew why she sought the battlefield, only to escape another. She shed her gold, tore away the honor binding her, and turned her back in the proud house at Shackler, rejecting the eyes that followed her. This silence, it's my victory, she laughed, charging into the dark tide. Listen to the ancient whispers of the ancient sword. Sword! You say sword when you write sword. Oh, now I remember what I was going to say. But cutscene, so, well, not cutscene, in-game scene. Does that count as a cutscene? I guess so. Maybe? Okay, I can say it here. So the thing that I remembered from the Shiakona quest is that for some reason was an event quest instead of like a main story quest, but had main story quest things in it, is that you learn more about Christopher? And you learn more about the head of the order as well. I won't say what it is. You just have to go look it up. Look up somebody doing Shengon's event quest thing, or character quest. I call it a character quest because there's definitely more about her. Who did this blade belong to?
This is Hercules' sword. You remember the waters of the upper city, right? You were looking for Cartathea. Hercules was the one that the statue was based on.
Hercules. Also known
Ages
as
ago,
Hercules, I guess.
The dark tide bore down on Reganese, and Septimont didn't escape. Hercules was the son of the Ephor back then, and he led our warriors to face the Tacit Discords. He died in that cursed tide, his strength worn down to nothing. His sword was corrupted, but his followers still risked their lives to bring it back. In this land, intense emotions easily blend with other forces. The Lioness of Glory was born from the fiery passions of heroes, so she holds sway over their weapons. Back then, this sword was growing more sinister due to the corruption. But all these years later, it has become a memento of a hero.
I feel something strong and pulsing in the direction the blade is pointing. It's coming from underground. Is it inside the mountain itself?
The frequency. It's the Sentinel Imperator. Just like Ragoon, Septimont has its own Genesis Nexus. That's why it seeks...
More tacit discord, just like last time.
For a split second, the world shifted, just like it did when I saw Mia. Every time there's an overlap like this, the tidal blight appears as well as tacit discords.
I hear cowering prey. With me! With me! To victory! Break darkness! Together we howl! The tidal blight. It's an outgrowth of the dark tide itself. Why is it suddenly appearing like this?
We'll clear it out first, then check if that sword is the source.
Gather recollections of the heroes. Wait, what was that? Gather 3 recollections of the heroes to charge the hero legacy on armor. When the armor is charged, aim at the mechanism and press the highlighted button to don the hero's legacy armor and access powerful hero rend skills. Hold the skill button and release once rend to fully charge to cast the skill, destroying all destructible objects nearby. We can run faster? Yeah, I see her.
I shall have no one tarnishing victory's honor.
Level 10. Nice. Alright.
I shall have no one tarnishing victory's honor.
After dashing for 2.5, Lupa enters sprint state and next basic attacks are replaced with basic attack Starfall. Ah.
What's that sound? Come, we should check it out. Here. Lupa? This doesn't feel like the first time I've been here. Let's go.
There's no mistaking it now. It's Imperator's frequency.
I really want to know what this place looks like in RTX. Oh man. But I don't want to switch out graphics cards again. Means I have to open my PC, put the other graphics card back in. Ugh.
La da da, la da do, do do do. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I didn't check how much
I
crit
shall
and
have
stuff she
no
has.
one tarnishing victory's honor.
72 down, liberation 12.
Thou carry the scent of Cardathea.
Not just knowledge, you've stolen the Sentinel's access too! Lupa's role in this story isn't yours! Is that Contender Mia?
It's the Threnodian. Lupa, this is something only you can do.
Tell me what I need to do.
Read the script. Adapt as required.
I believe in you, warrior. To lose our strength is the deepest fear of Septimontians. Pride hides the terror within. We fear no death, yet tremble before shame and failure. Did Domina Julia deceive me for this? I never got the chance to ask. The dark tide consumed all. Death took her, as it will take me.
Today as yesterday, we weave time beneath the tide. Swim, swim, wretched yet lovely fish. Dream deeply in my fiction, on the stage of a repeating tale, waiting for the day thou shalt consume the world.
O righteous one, I shall depart without a word. The golden city in my childhood legend is swallowed by the abhorrent tide. I whisper to my fleeting companion. Pages will scatter, the quill will fall. This play shall be torn from its author's hands.
A wrong note in the shifting score. O golden star full of mercy, pray tell me, as past and present intertwine, what fate have you chosen?
Hesitate not, warrior. You are the protagonist I have chosen. Only you can shatter the script and jump to the next page. Right. For the nobility you seek. For it all.
A dream? No. It couldn't. It's no dream. I'm not alone. The warrior put the hope of change in my hands. This feels good. Not standing there alone on the champion's stage. The warrior hasn't learned this yet, but I know the world. This is a Sonoro created by the Fraxidus. It's a realm of stories. The story of the great Aegon lasts only 3 days. Before Cartathea came here, I had wandered this same bloody story more times than I can count. The dark tide consumed Septimont, and that monstrous, half-human, half-sea creature grows ever larger. Is this the Fraxidus plan? To feed it with Septimont's ruins? A script. Yes, this Sonoro is like a book of plays. Each world in the Sonoro is a story that keeps repeating, like sheets of paper, all overlapping with one another. New pages keep appearing, layering over the old, and the changes in one story bleed through to the next. After Cartathea's actions, Septimont, once destroyed by the dark tide, has begun to return to normal in the story where the warrior arrived. Cartathea saved me, changed my fate, and led me to the warrior, who stopped the Threnodian in the last story. So in this time, I haven't lost my memory. The warrior had delivered a powerful blow against the monster, and the energy supply from the central hub has been cut off. But that's not even its full form. I once searched for its true form with Cartathea. I remember now. What we seek lies in the lower city's waters. I won't let your trust be misplaced.
I have a question. How does she know that I'm the laureate? When Lupus form is overtaken by the girl resonating with the Threnodian, all your suspicions align. The Threnodian had set its gaze on Septimon's central hub, a vessel for Imperator's lingering power. Only you with your unique permission could sever the hub's connection and thwart the Threnodian plan. You make your choice in a flash of a heartbeat. You refuse to end the story by becoming the protagonist and murdering Luca. As Perlova suggested, instead you place your trust in your fellow warrior and stay behind, trapping the Ternonian essence within help. In the next story, the lone wolf throughout this journey will repay his trust. In the final moments, you decide to leave Lupa with the seed of hope. Lupa's eyes flutter open, her breath coming in a ragged gasp. The sudden explosion of memories in her mind nearly made her choke. Her Tatia, her brief companion, her fellow title widder, me! The chaotic shift in the central realm, and the countless cycle before Bir Septimont was swallowed by the dark tide. The sky above remained as clear as ever, and everything that had just happened felt like nothing more than a nightmare. Lupa opened her hand. The metal she and the warrior had earned together resting in her palm. Wait, what? Oh, damp with sweat. She takes a deep breath, and then another, before closing her fingers around it. The sharp edge digs into her skin, and the pain pulls her back to reality. It urges her to push forward. Lupa regains her lost memories and move forward, guided by the trust she placed in her. So yeah, I did see during that scene that my screen blacked out for a few seconds. Well, grayed out. I wonder if that stays open always. What would happen if I enter? I need to know. I can come here whenever I want? Okay. Stop lagging like that.
The old district of Septimont, submerged beneath the waters due to the dark tide. The dark tide looms over Septimont like a stubborn storm cloud. Is the warrior? No. No time to worry. I have to find the cause of all this, and quickly.
Almost. I had to adjust it. I was wondering, would she dive in by herself? Yes or no? No. I had to adjust it. I had to adjust the angle.
In a past story, I came here with Cartothea.
Who that?
Look at you. You can't go on much longer.
I feared as much. Then this is where we stop. strange. I remember everything about Septimon, but I can't remember. I can't even remember my name.
You didn't forget. Someone stole your role in the story. Even your name on the placards in the arena would be unreadable. Your existence has been erased. Only by unmaking this story can it be reclaimed.
Too bad I won't last long enough to see that happen. I'm sorry, Courtesy. But I can't help you in return.
When I was a child, long ago, I heard tales of Septimont. A city full of passion and life. People there drank deeply, laughed loudly, appreciated sculpture, and lived for the hunt. Men and women feared nothing. They burned like fire, giving all their light and heat before fading. But when I arrived in Septimont, it had already been undone by dark hands. With the dark tide sweeping the streets, the city was nothing but an empty shell.
That's right. My city is beautiful. When the autumn wind blew through the golden flags and wind chimes, time seemed to slow.
The Leviathan. I will not give it the chance to make the people of Rinascita weep and bleed. I will drag whoever orchestrated this tragedy out of the shadows.
Septimont, can I leave it to you?
No. You said it yourself. This is your city. Some things only you can do. The monster leaving its trace in the dark tide. I can feel it. Its frequency is similar to my own. The Threnodian created me to be a resonator for its power. But I wasn't the only one. Many vessels before me failed.
You mean?
There is still much I don't know. I'll keep searching. But no matter what, you have a certain specialness. Once I sought to end it all. Someone stopped me. Even a life mocked by fate can break its curse. Whatever you seek to do, whether you're weak or strong, you must strive for it. I returned to the world thanks to a certain person's help. I believe she will come here and reshape this twisted story.
Oof, must be quite the person, eh? I wish I could meet her and see how she does it.
Then you will see for yourself. Victory isn't won in an instant. It takes patience and perseverance. What we can't do now, someone will carry forward later. If you want to save your city, then hold on. No matter the pain, no matter the doubts, you must keep going. Just like how you wandered Septimont before I came. Broken, yet determined to leave, to find help for the city. Jump to a new story and bring my message to that person.
All right, Garcia. I'll try my best. First, tell me, what is that person's name?
I'm close to that abnormal frequency. You're in the submerged aqueducts.
The submerged aqueducts. I remember reading about them in the Silver records. There used to be an underground waterway leading to the plains. But now, with the old district completely flooded, we can only access it if we drain the water first. After my role was erased, Cardathia must have found the half-human, half-sea creature, and the Fraxidus. Like the warrior, she chose to remain on the closing of that page, to give new stories a fighting chance.
Half human, half sea creature. What does the human part look
That's
like?
why I only regained my name after I met the warrior. During our journey, the overlapping worlds the warriors saw were the monsters doing. It tried to use Mia to steal my role again, to corrupt Septimont once more. Only I can erase it from this story. Only I can prove that I'm real and it is fake. What happened to the Mia who vanished in the Vale of Glory decades ago? After everything you went through, what did the city of Septimont mean to you? I remember the entrance to the underground waterway is in the old district's bell tower. Of course. The upkeep of these waters always falls under the Silver's jurisdiction. Maybe I can awaken the sleeping giant of glory. In Septimontian tradition, when it bears its blade and watches over the warriors leaving for the hunt, all gates and passages open. Many of the old routes are blocked, but I can try draining the water through the remaining ones. It's worth a try.
The story was drawing to its close. Cardathia could feel the world around her shifting. The buildings, statues, and even the land itself were cracking like a damp paper. But it no longer mattered. She had uncovered a clue that pointed to the one responsible and was heading toward the playwright. With more fractious members lurking here, she was prepared for the coming battle. As for the rest, Cartitia had no doubt that Rover would handle it. She was her sword, and she believed in her completely. As the story nears close, Cartitia sets off to hunt down the playwright who's behind all of it. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen a single Fractious in Septimont yet. Well, except for Christopher and
Covered in
Berlova.
tidal blight. It has even fused into the joints. I'll need to clear this if I want to get it moving. To protect these waters, the stewards must have set up a platform with gladiator spears nearby. I'll activate the patrol unit, then grab a spear from the platform to clear out this blight.
What? May applause greet you, Lupa. Please wait, retrieving gladiator spear. Happy hunting. You told me to wait, so I'm waiting. Come on, bring it over. You didn't tell me to follow it.
Can't just clear the head. To get it to lift its sword and open the gates, I need to clear the arms too. I hear cowering prey.
Unbound fantastic in the city, beat extermination required.
With me! Time to fight!
Get down here.
Caught you now! Into the spotlight! With me! I'll end you! Need to check for more patrol units nearby.
May applause greet your contender, Lupa. Detected. Current location outside platform range. High risk of task discord threat. Maintain vigilant at all times. You should do a robot voice for those things. Oi! Error. Get back here, I'll kick your butt. System reboot. If I was next day in the entire... Wait, what? Oh, below? No. If I was next to the robot the entire time, I would have gotten hit by that attack. You wanna go? Let's go. We all know story enemies are weaker.
I smell that's some attack.
Knock me out mid-air.
Glory is upon us! The fight is on! Break darkness!
I never got hit out mid-air by this guy. So I'm quite surprised.
Into the with me!
This is much appreciated compared to the Lupa.
The water is drained. Time to head to the bell tower.
Oh,
That
sun is
monster
moving
is
again.
hiding in the depths of the aqueducts.
Come on.
Just this gate standing between me and the heart of the aqueducts. It won't open. I'll have to find another route. Huh? Huh. The copper mirror is calling. The warrior used it to see the past. I wonder if there's anything of that here.
Silva, you rat-assed.
I've already pulled that body from the sea.
Excellent, Domina Julia. Keeping one's word is the foundation of any solid partnership. I know, Septimonte's current effort doesn't quite heed the Senate's wishes, but we'll see to that. A cup of poisoned wine, a passing fly, a dagger. Fate strikes where least expected. With someone as clever and calculated as you at the helm, the House of Silver need not fear for its survival.
I do not work with you for our sake. I do this for Septimont. Some of us have forgotten the terror of life adrift at sea. To survive the tide, one must make the right choices. We'll speak of other matters later. But tell me, why would you want a dead woman who fell into the sea?
Dead woman? Ah, you mean Mia? Indeed, she is the very heart of the unit I spoke of. The one we intend to build deep within these underground aqueducts. Alive or dead, her body holds the information we need. The Fraxidus' experiments here will continue for some time. In the meantime, covering up this little laboratory's existence will require your assistance, madam.
The heart? That weakling's resonance abilities were meager at best. Her performance in the arena was nothing special. If it weren't for those incompetent fools in the Senate using her as a puppet to shift the attention and anger of the masses, she wouldn't even have made it to the finals.
Do not be upset, my dear Domina. You're absolutely right. The girl is so feeble she can't resist her creator's will in the slightest. Winning the Grand Aegon was precisely what brought the shadow of death upon her. Luck and misfortune, nobility and lowliness, weakness and strength. A person's nature is like two sides of a coin. And I've always found beauty in inevitable tragedies.
So Mia has been dead all this time. She didn't leave Septimont when she vanished. The sea took her.
I hear cowering prey.
In this damn forgotten corner, you find a sold record. The fractures the experiment results were regularly sent to another location where they were systematically destroyed. Damage too severe to discern everything, but you managed to piece together the delays in both Frigid technology advance. I like her tail. I really like that. Oh, that's a big sword.
I hear cowering prey.
I'll end you! With me! Time to fight! Glory is upon us!
Wrong target, wrong target. Lupa! That's your target.
With me! Together we howl!
That's some attack.
Okay, you know.
Brian and the spear tip! Bring dark
Is you gonna pose like that till I move?
Huh?
Okay.
This place has the Fraxidus written all over it. Without the Silvers keeping the place hidden, they wouldn't have dared. Ugh, the irony. A Septimontian aiding the enemy to build their den in the heart of our city. Even the impregnable Griffon's fortress crumbles from within.
Over.
I trust you've seen the experimental unit in the aqueducts. Well, what do you think?
If not for the sword embedded in her chest, I could mistake the corpse for being alive.
Indeed. Decades have passed, yet Mia remains as she was when first pulled from the sea. Her data has been invaluable.
Decades?
As the Threnodian's failed resonator, this specimen is, in its own way, remarkable. You know, it wasn't so long ago that the rover intervened and Cartathea broke free from that tower. I discovered that a small piece of the Threnodian's essence within Mia was reawakened with the tower's resurgence into our world.
Sounds as though you found new inspiration.
Yes. Septimont will host the Great Aegon soon. I've come up with a rather intriguing idea. Before her death, Mia also attended the tournament. I'll use that as the fictitious anchor to craft a play to rewrite reality itself. I've already discussed terms with it and reached a modest agreement.
You spoke with the Threnodian. Has Leviathan already awakened?
Only a fragment of it remains. A weakened, cunning shard, desperate to grow stronger. I'll fashion a story for this sea creature, enabling it to fulfill what it once sought, to have the dark tide swallow Septimont whole. The Threnodian once sought to use Mia to find Septimont's central hub in order to corrupt the beacon system. Even if met with failure, it would control the champion's mind to infiltrate the city's upper echelons. Oh well, it all failed in the end. In the face of her futility to resist corruption, that girl chose death. She drove a sword into her heart and leapt into the sea before choking on her own blood. Fascinating, isn't it? Faced with the same predicament, strength and weakness still make a difference. The Blessed Maiden single-handedly thwarted the Threnodian's designs in Raguna, but this poor soul had no choice but to take her own life. A death so theatrical, so saturated with sorrow. How poetic. How beautifully tragic.
I don't care for your taste, Cristoforo. I'm merely curious. What ending have you penned for Septimont this time?
Oh, such an impatient reader, Frolova. This play is nothing more than an amplifier, designed to nurture the Threnodian's lingering power. Once it grows large enough, I'll overlay the Sonoro onto reality. All that's needed is for Domina Julia to select the right champion. Swapping out the protagonist is hardly a challenge. Once the sea creature grows within the cradle I forged from the dark tide, the hymn of journeying paradise will spread from Septimont across Rinascita. Really, compared to those Septimontians who've long forgotten Mia, the story I've written for her is far more thrilling. Don't you agree?
And what if it fails?
Then so be it. You know, Frolova, stories are but mankind's attempt to imagine and rehearse fate. If this play proves Rover worthy of becoming the protagonist of my story, if they pass their trial by fire, then isn't that a victory as well?
Disgusting. To treat Septimont like a plaything. Unforgivable. What is so poetic or romantic about a story where someone is driven to death?
Alright, did you notice? Frolova was looking a bit sad. She was looking downwards. She changed her gaze while Christopher was talking.
I hear cowering prayer.
Face me, coward! Time to fight! Here! Together we howl!
The shame.
All or nothing! Ryan! At the spear tip! Let's start! Into the spotlight!
Well, 61 health. Can I heal? I'm gonna
Still lingering, Mia? A fading reverberation that should have dissolved in the deep long ago.
Where are you going?
To claim the title. Was that not your unfulfilled wish?
That was never mine. The arena. I don't need this victory.
But I do. Without a champion and the lion beast, I cannot touch the central hub left by Imperator. You, Cartithia, both my daughters, my very creations. Why this fruitless resistance? Has Septimont ever granted you kindness? They neither love you nor need you. Long have you been forgotten.
We were raised by them. You will never understand.
Proud in battle, and yet yearning for strength. I know the heart of the Septimontians far better than you. Mia, you are simply too afraid to face their true nature. You choose to deceive yourself. You cannot admit that they used you and then cast you aside. You cannot accept that from the start you were insignificant.
No. Viburnum. My flowers.
Hush, it matters not. Your thoughts are of little consequence.
Mia crouches in a quiet alley, trembling as panic surges through her. She had won the semi-final, yet the voices in her head never ceased. Struggling to hold herself together, she had fled the arena. A light touch on her arm makes her look up. A small Centimonian stands, holding out a bouquet. Face flushed, the child stammers. "You fought well," before running off. The blood leaf Iberian is dotted with broken dewdrops. Mia clutches the bouquet, cold and damp, as a trickle of moisture slides down her cheeks. A small Septimonian hands Mia a bouquet of bloodleaf Iberian. what? This is new? Search? Cartia had roamed the desolated city with the gladiator girl for days before she was erased. She had caught a fleeting glimpse of the massive fish silhouette and saved the nameless one from the dark tide. Cartia was certain this place was not part of the real world, but the widespread destruction had stalled her search for answers. The gladiator girl had forgotten who she was, but her survival alone marked her as extraordinary. Cartia hoped this very uniqueness might serve as a beacon to carry their story forward. Cartia could only keep searching. She had to find a monstrous half-human, half-sea creature. Trinodian abomination, is very sister. Oh! The sister thing is Mia towards Cartia.
Viburnum. The bloodleaf viburnum of Septimont. Oh, I understand. It's a flower often given to gladiators. A symbol of victory.
Yes, and there's also flower uses for your stuff. Extension, I think? Man, this underground place lags. It's my FPS down here anyway. This is 90, 85 to 90. I don't believe that.
I've always carried this shame. Shame for something I didn't choose. Shame for something that's just there. Sometimes it turns into doubt. I try to live free, and I do most days. But still, I see it. I see the pain in their faces. In the ones who fall behind, the ones who leave the field beaten, the ones who pin all their hopes on me. I've always wondered if I didn't have this gift, could I have reached this point with clean hands? Should I have judged those who trampled the rules to survive? Or was I blind to my own arrogance? Now, I don't think like that anymore.
The warrior is stronger than me, no doubt, but she treats everyone the same. She didn't choose to stand alone. Instead, she chose to trust me. Cartia spent years trapped by the weight of everyone's expectations. Never stepped foot in Septimont before, but still sailed across the seas to be here.
You worked over the seas.
Her resonance ability might be weak, but she never ran from a fight. She fought till her last breath. A heart isn't shaped by what it's born with or what it's been given. I've underestimated others, and I've underestimated myself too. But you arrogance! Thinking you understand the darkness in people's hearts, but you don't have a single drop of life in you! Beautiful as ever. The Griffon's fortress. My city, Septimont. Built by the hands of the people. Not the Sentinel, and not the Threnodian. Where there's light, there's always shadow. But people need light. They'll chase it no matter what. And they'll learn to live with the shadow. Mia, Cartathea, they were born and raised on these islands. They are daughters of Rinascita. They belong to no gods but their own. Was it real? Was it mine? Was it worth it? Sometimes I feel like a player distressed and pressed by the screams. All I know is my desire and my love won't fade. I'll set a fire with fierce passion. Was it real?
Better to die than to be a puppet. Death does not scare me.
If Divinity takes up arms against the innocent, I will raise my sword against Divinity.
I heard your request. But I prefer to handle this my way.
Victory isn't won in an instant. It takes patience and perseverance. I believe in you, warrior.
By the eternal sun, I will slay you!
From the fear and the longings of civilization, I was wrought. Born of the hearts of countless men and women, of babes and of the aged. With sharp blades and silver tongue, you struggle for power and revel in the slaughter of the arena. From past to present, nothing has changed.
What right do you have to judge the people of Rinascita? Mia chose her end with dignity. Your very existence is an insult to her. Look at you cowering in this little incubator, desperate to evade your end. You will never understand what it takes to face the fear of death. The fight is on! Ooh, now's the second half. Into the spotlight! Hey, Ryan! Greatness has no summit, and victory is never the final word. Proud, pitiful, cry, love. Race to the finish! To face death with the crown of glory! By my will! Let this light burn in all its fury! To me, there is no greater joy in this world.
What a shame. Seems the play I've written isn't well received.
What are you two plotting in Rinascita?
Oh dear madam. Let's leave some mystery for the next chapter, shall we?
There is something no one can take from me.
It's real! Both of you are safe!
The Threnodian's frequency is gone. Well done, Lupa.
You found the righteous one and safeguarded Septimont. It's like something out of a knight's tale. No, wait, gladiator's tale?
Phew! Finally, I can stick my head out. Rover, are you okay?
This is gonna be the first time she meets Abby.
I'm fine, Abby. What happened to you earlier?
Wait, we're already in Septimont? I was just talking to you, and then boom! It felt like something just covered me. First it messed with my frequency, then I just passed out. Wait, Carthea? And a girl I don't know?
You're lively. Your echo's more boisterous than a tada.
What happened while I was out?
I think it's time we compare notes. Let's fill in this story's blanks, shall we?
Blood ignited, body and soul aflame, in the crucible of battle. Lupa's spear plunged into the monstrous half-human, half-sea creatures. By the way, is a reuse of asset from that one boss in Wonglong. You know the boss that I'm talking about, because I don't remember his name. I know where it is. If I remember, I'll show you. That's why I knew when to dodge, well, for the most parts. The beginning was like, which boss is this again? Oh, the middle part went okay, but the last part went a little bit bad. Anyway, her fight unfolding on the stage conjured by an illusion. Her mind is calm as the world fades away. Only the enemy, her weapon, and herself remain. The gladiator's Aegon, interrupted decades ago by the Ternodian's corruption, finally reached its conclusion. At this moment, Lupa is no longer weighted down by the question of strength, weakness, sentinel, or Ternodian. Only a single, pure thought remains. To be a gladiator is a thing of joy. Lupa defeated the Lady of the Sea. After a relentless battle, Mia's reverberation is finally freed from his curse. What is this? As you walk out of the central hub, a familiar connection pulsated within your tacit mark. You turn around and see Cartidia slowly gliding down from the sky and landing before you. After days of separation, you're finally reunited. She looks into your eyes, cracks a smile, and gestures in a different direction. Together you walk to welcome the lone wolf returned from the flames. Lupa embraces both of you tightly. You feel a tremble as worry gives way to delight at seeing both of you. Her words choke as tears fall. You pat her gently on the head to soothe her. This is a story co-written by you, Cartidia, and Lupa. Now it's coming to an end. The three of you reunite. Together you are the true playwrights of the story. Speaking of playwrights, at the end with Christopher saying, let's keep that a secret for now, from what we're planning. Man, I hate when it does that, whenever it sets my mouse sensitivity. I'll always have to bash it like this, get the sensitivity back in the game. Right, there's a thingy up there. Somewhere. Hey guys, can you wait a moment? Okay? Okay, now we can talk about it. Wait, where are we? Ah. Okay. Cartidia first, I guess.
When I sensed the Thrunodian's power here in Septimont, I immediately set out to find its source. It was quite sudden. I slipped through the smallest of cracks to enter this Sonoro, which severed my contact with the outside world. I found Lupa in the city. She had lost her role. We traveled together for a time and discovered the architects of the destruction, the Fraxidus playwright Cristoforo and the Thrunodian. Sadly, the playwright did eventually erase Lupa's existence. As for me, I descended into the submerged aqueducts where I found the Thrunodian. It had inhabited Mia's remains and was hiding within an experimental unit. Unfortunately, I was unable to eliminate it entirely. It evaded me, slipping into hiding. I reasoned that you would sense the anomaly and come to Septimont, so I sought to offer you my aid. I battled the playwright, and in doing so, stripped him of his ability to control the script. Afterward, he, along with the other Fraxidus overseers, fled from me. With that, the Sonoro began to collapse. It was then that we finally met. Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
Tell me about these roles and stories.
Lupa and I formed a few theories during our investigation, though they may not be entirely accurate.
In this scenario, where stories manifest as reality, roles define the identities of those within it. To lose your role is to lose both your name and memory. In truth, Mia has long since passed and does not truly exist here. It was Lupa, not Mia, who won the 3-day Aegon. I suspect the stories created by the playwright cannot stray too far from their original frameworks, the limitation of his resonance ability. This is why he erased Lupa's name, swapping her and Mia's identities. This allowed Mia to summon the Dark Tide upon Septimont.
I have another question.
Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
Tell me about the Trinodian and the Central Hub.
The central hub within the Vale of Glory was established by the Sentinel, and it appears no one had ever entered it before. Activating it requires 2 key conditions: victory, which grants the blessing bestowed by the Lioness of Glory through the Sentinel's mandate, and a trace of the Sentinel's frequency. The Trinodian set its sights on Mia for this very reason, which, in turn, brought its attention to Lupa. I struck a significant blow to the Trinodian within the story, but because I failed to prevent the corruption of the central hub earlier, it endured, drawing strength from that source.
Throughout this journey, I often saw the figures of Lupa and Mia overlap.
It seems the Trinodian was attempting to replace Lupa, hoping to use her to corrupt the hub, siphon its power, and ultimately destroy Rinascita.
I have another question.
Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
Tell me about the other Fractious leaders. Scar.
Apart from the playwright, I also encountered 2 other Fractious leaders. One, a woman with a bandaged
Lova and
eye.
Scar.
The other, a man with scars across his face.
Surely they must be Frolova and Scar. But how is Scar in Rinascita?
Unfortunately, I never had the chance to confront either of them directly. I saw them only briefly before they disappeared. I'm not sure why they've gathered here in Septimont. We must prepare for whatever plans they have.
I have another question.
Is there anything else you wish to ask, Righteous One?
About
the
it?
Trinodian's frequency has vanished from Septimont, but I fear this is far from over. There is something else. Perhaps due to the Dark Tide in the Sonoro, I can feel my balance shifting. The Trinodian's pull is growing stronger.
Again?
Now that I think of it, this could very well be part of the Fraxidus' plan.
You need to head to the Black Shores, Cardathia.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
We've been dealing with the Trinodian for years. You should go there and run some tests. They'll know how to handle what's coming.
The Black Shores? Is that where you're from? If it's a place you trust, then I will go.
The place I created. Lupa.
The event that brought forth the Dark Tide. It must have been my death. After that, the details of the story blur. It repeated so many times. It's hard to remember everything. All I remember is wandering the desolate city streets in a Septimont corrupted by the Dark Tide, unable to escape, until I met Cardathia. She saved me. But in that story, we couldn't fully resolve the source of the disaster. Then in another story, I encountered you, my fellow warrior. After we parted, I awoke in yet another story, in the Vale of Glory, where I finally saw the Trinodian's true form in the submerged aqueducts. It had taken control of Mia's corpse, and was using the Fraxidus' Sonoro to grow its power. After defeating it, the Sonoro began to collapse. I passed through those crumbling pages to find you. Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back.
Tell me about your death.
My death. Well, I'll start from the very beginning. My journey to win the championship. I had failed to expose the family's match fixing. After being deceived by Domina Julia and winning the title on my own, my memories became a blur. I was probably under some form of control. The last thing I clearly remember was standing in the central hub in the Vale of Glory, pressing my spear into something that resembled a control panel. Then the dark tide began to surge. In the end, all of Septimont was swallowed by it. I'm not sure when all this started, or where the line between the reality I knew and the Sonora world created by the Fraxidus began to blur. But in those 3 days of the story where Cartathea didn't rescue me, I would always die on the first day, helplessly watching as my home slowly crumbled to dust.
I have another question.
Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back.
Tell me about your journey with Cartathea.
Cartathea saved me. The me who had lost her role and her memories. We wandered the abandoned city of Septimont and pieced together that the Fraxidus and the Threnodian were the true architects of the chaos. Yet in the end, my role was claimed by the Threnodian, and my body disappeared before Cartathea's eyes. But before I was lost to oblivion, Cartathea gave me a sliver of her frequency. I think it was that frequency that unknowingly led to our paths crossing in the story. Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back.
Tell me about Mia and the Threnodian.
Many years ago, Mia cast herself into the sea to escape the Threnodian's control. But Domina Julia recovered her broken body from the depths and handed it over to the Fraxidus. For years, they subjected her remains to twisted experiments until the Threnodian's essence, still lingering within her, finally awakened. The Threnodian took control of Mia's corpse, turning it into a half-human, half-sea creature monstrosity. It formed an alliance with the Fraxidus. The last trace of Mia's reverberation was forced to be part of it, tortured and ravaged.
I have another question.
Is there anything else you want to know? I'll hold nothing back.
That's about it.
Oh, the script and the copper mirror you gave me. I'll return them to you now.
Wait, where's Goulet?
It was a long story, but the ending turned out well. Though, thinking of Mia still upsets me. Her reverberations, trapped in that monstrous body. I can't imagine her suffering over the last 20 years.
When you defeated the Threnodian, you also set her free.
Yes. It was an honor to have that final battle with her. Thanks to you and Cartathea, I was able to rewrite the tragic ending of this story. Thank you, my fellow warrior, for believing in me.
There's one more thing. We should return to the central hub in Septimont. I found something tied to you there.
The central hub. Good timing. There's something I need to handle in the Vale of Glory, too.
Good. Let's set off together.
One moment. Ladies, now we can go.
When Lupa vanished, I destroyed the experimental unit, pursued the Threnodian, and defeated the Lioness of Glory it controlled. Then, I came across this place. You remember how the Threnodian took on a part of the Sentinel's knowledge and permissions, yes? For the Sentinel, the information stolen was their very memories. For this reason, even the Sentinel forgot that before merging with the Threnodian, they transferred some of their knowledge to the central hub in Septimont.
The knowledge they would later forget.
It was a secret, one the Threnodian should never learn. The Sentinel moved it there for safekeeping. Within it, I found a special frequency. A part of it felt like yours. I believe it's what the Sentinel left for you, so I took it. Huh?
You feel a faint frequency of shock.
Seems like a clue. The true secret they left for you is not here, but in that direction. You see, before I came to meet you, I passed by the city of Septimont. The arena I destroyed has been restored, but in the people's hearts, it's still the Righteous One and Lupa who claimed victory. The Fraxidus' power to reshape reality is deeper than we realized. I'm afraid this is just the beginning. I once believed the Threnodians sought to use the Fraxidus to regain power, but its true goal is the central hub. I believe it's due to this secret the Sentinel has hidden.
That direction, it leads to the hunting grounds. The blight cloud still lingers there. When the high tide comes, Septimontians hunt and cull the spawning Tacit Discords.
The dark tide connects everything. I cannot pinpoint where the Sentinel's message lies. I'm afraid you must go there yourself. But the worst of the storm has passed. Let's take a moment to rest.
What is with this BGM? Sounds so weird.
Lupa, will you be our tour guide? Show us the sights and glories of Septimont? I'd love to hear more about what you mentioned earlier. The wind blowing through golden flags and the sound of wind chimes.
Of course, it would be my honor. But before we go, there's something I need to do first.
Travel through a silver veil above the drifting mist.
What's that?
It's Mia's sword. I went through a lot to bring it back. The monster is gone now. Like so many Septimontian heroes whose bodies were never recovered, I wanted to return her weapon. This is where she gave her life. I can't say if she loved or hated Septimont more. But she once spoke of the bloodleaf viburnum. It's a tribute often given to gladiators by their supporters. So, I think she would have wanted to rest here. It's beautiful.
A grand ingress, Griffin's fortress trance. The eagle's nest where thunder sleeps.
Our city, the city of glory. The people here love to drink, laugh, carve statues, and hunt.
And blood beneath
It burns like fire, drenched in both victory and defeat. It holds all our disappointments and all our hopes.
Names of Heart completed. Wait, when does this happen? The world is collapsing. Pages curl as fiction slips away from reality. Belova stands silently upon the still waters, bending to retrieve an unfamiliar object from the depths. It's a gem. Originally from Raguna, this gem passed through many hands before reaching Septimond. Brought here by a young girl, to avoid drawing attention to the fate the jewelry symbolized, she had the gem removed, melting down the gold to forge it into a gladiator's helmet. The gem's natural cerulean hue has been tainted a deep purple and bears the mark of a tidal blight. Deep within this crystal, the crystal depths, the silhouette of a fish drifts slowly. Are you telling me this is a remain from the Trinodian? Or like a remain from the Trinodians inside the thing? Before the scripts burn and fade into oblivion, Perlova takes a gem from Mia's helmet. The sword that had accompanied Mia in countless battles pierces her chest. The pain and blood loss overwhelm her. Her grip on the sword falters, and she stumbles to the edge of the cliff in the Vale of Glory. She glances back at Septima, the place that had given her both joy and suffering. It had won her heart and broken it in equal measures. Age's city stood ablaze, beneath the fiery sunset. Its reflection in Mia's eyes as vivid as when she first crossed the sea with her family and set foot on the island. On the land. How beautiful. That was her last thought as she fell into the sea. Mia sacrifices her life and plunges it into the sea. Companionship quest. Okay. Is this her weapon? Yes. Stretching out your hand, brush against the unturned steel, a soft, serene voice hums through Mia's blade. She had always hesitated, never at peace, consumed by fear, the fear of both victory and defeat, of the city that both embraced and rejected her. But at the end, she had found contentment, beyond the crown and the cheers. The cold currents had receded, and the sunset was gentle. There was regret. Wait, I just noticed the shadow's not moving. The sun is not moving? Her consciousness rising to the surface before dissipating like foam. Oh, it is moving when I'm not in text, okay. Daughter of the Sea. I did not expect to get an achievement for that. What's it going to do? Alright. The thing with Kartatia and the Black Shores, you can actually meet her there. I was spoiled by it from Ah. Whew. By a short. The question is, where was it? It was. I know it was somewhere in the middle of the map. Was it here? Going. Was it above? And that you need to be at a specific time. I think it was 12. I think. I don't remember exactly. Something to do with flowers.
Glad you found them useful.
I don't remember exactly where. Yeah, I can stop recording, by the way. Okay, let me see where it was. Okay, let me think. Let's see, where is it? Mute that. Ah, there it is. Wait, be right back. I need a bathroom.
The moment at hand, this very moment,
Okay, I'm back.
is the best of our
Hello
lives.
there. Which server are you playing? Europe. Right. The place where Cartia is, she's somewhere around here. Apparently. Let's see. Where's the location? What are you doing here? Go charge. I believe it's around here. Oh, what time you have to be here? 12? That's 15, okay. Wait, what? 3 wishes, new quest? I don't give me new quests all of a sudden. It is weird, she's supposed to be here. Alright, 14. He's not here. What have I scanned? $15 to $1,800. I don't know why she's not spawning. Maybe she'll spawn after a server reset. Sometimes that's happened. You have to wait one entire day, one real day before they spawn in, but yeah. But basically she should be here. But I'm gonna guess I need to wait for a server reset. And for me that would be in, let's see, what time is it? 12 hours and 12 hours and 40 minutes. Okay. Anyway, the other thing that I wanted to show was, I think I know that the place they were talking about, the Blight Cloud. Because while I was running around gathering Lupa's items, I saw something by accident. Well, it's not really by accident. You can see it yourself if you just pay attention. It's really big. Let's go to the top of the tower. Like, right up top there, if I can make it. There's something up there anyway, so... Can I make it in one go? Up? Yeah, I can. Can I get that? Yes. Oh, right, it's over there. What is that? Oh, hello. Let me get that first. Whatever it is. What? What did I do? Spectral rover? Oh, not arrow. Leap of Glory.
Good fortune comes your way.
This game is more Assassin's Creed than Assassin's Creed. Right, the blight thing. Look, look that over there. You see that? So this area here is off limits. It's is literally here beyond the border, and it's actually a made place. They already made it. It's just locked off. You could go stand there at the edge and see pieces of it. I'm guessing this is the blight place because there's an entire cloud around it. I'll teleport there, maybe it's faster. Oh, I don't have it unlocked. Okay. Flying, I guess. Gliding, flying. Yeah, look, see? That is Septimont. Septimont Architector. Ugh, can't speak. So I'm guessing, you see, this is the cloud thing. And well, Lupa called it Blight Cloud, I think it was. Yeah, I came across this like 2 weeks ago or something. When I was running around finding Lupa's flower. I had to go through this area. And here, one of this point here, was flying around and just looked to the right. And I was like, what is that? But yeah, I guess this is the new area that's coming in 2.5. I'm actually surprised they finished it already. It's just locked off. But yeah.
May thy love endure forever.
I'm gonna wait till the 2.5 live stream before I make a decision for this account if I will pull her or not, Lupa. She's quite fun to fight with.
Never ceasing.
And she is a little bit stronger than Shangli and has longer, broader AoE. So that's nice. And she would fit nice in a Shangli team because Shangli can give her a fusion buff to Lupa. Anyway, defeat Calamity class. I need an echo. Let's go harass this guy here. The Lioness of Glory. One more time. Why not? Oi, wake up.
Dark forces approach. Beyond loading. Together we stand. Answer me. Crystals, give me strength.
And didn't get the timing right. Hey, get back here.
Who's the caged bird now?
You can jump over that attack, by the way. That's why I said I didn't get the timing right.
Triumph through sacrifice.
Sentinel, protect me.
Together we
I call
vanquish.
upon the Sentinel.
Thank you. I need one more echo. Sure, one more time.
Stay calm. Loading. Together we stand. Purified.
Take form.
Sentinel, protect me. Descend.
Where am I? Oh. Camera.
Together we stand.
Together we vanquish.
Oakley. Yeah, did I get this month's? Yeah, I did, okay. So yeah, 45 Radiant Tide, 63,000 premium currency, 14 of this Fortune Tide, and 167 Luxury Style. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna end here. You know, yesterday, I wanted to do Dead Space, but the game was being a little bit weird. So I didn't do it. And I also learned that the game hasn't been updated for quite a while, and it only runs on FSR 2. I was like, what? Dude, we're already at FSR 4. We haven't had an update even for FSR 3? Come on! Anyway, I'm gonna end it here, and... I'm quite interested in what Perlova's gonna do in 2.5 that will make it so that we can pull for her. I'm gonna have to do it at the with that blue jade gem that she picked up, and she was showing a sign of having different thoughts from the other overseers. During that scene with Christopher, she was looking sad and her expression changed while he was talking. If you paid attention, you would have seen it as well. Anyway, that was that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I was expecting this part 2 to be longer, but meh. It was okay. It wasn't great. It was okay enough. With part 1 together, I would say yeah, overall it's good. Septimont started out good. Except the lagging of Septimont, which made him have to reduce the render distance, which I don't like at all. But yeah, it's just for the overall Wuthering Wave community to be able to run Septimont more smoother. So, I'll take it, why not? I don't like it, but I understand why they did it. And I see a chest up there. Right up there. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. When is the 2.5 live stream anyway? Is it next week? Might be next week. Or is this week? I don't know. I think it's next week because normally Wuthering Waves does their patch the week after the live stream. Very rarely do they do it like 1.5 week later. Genshin and Starwell does it 1.5 week later, like 10 days later. But Wuthering Waves mostly does it a week later. I think the only time I see they do 1.5 week later, 10 days later was during it was either 2.2 or 2.3. It's the only times I've seen them doing that. All the other live streams before that, they did it like the week before. So maybe this week. I mean, probably next week is my guess. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, and yeah, I'll see you then. In Dead Space, or exploring Septimont on my main account. Probably Dead Space. And I need to do Genshin exploration as well because 5.8 is coming out in like 3 weeks or something. So there's that too, or 3-4 weeks. And I need to complete Natlan just as I did with Fontaine before version 6.0 comes out. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Anything else? No. Anyway, see you guys next time. I can't wait for 2.5 in the new area here. And yeah, until then, see ya. Have a good one. And hopefully, Dead Space is gonna be acting normal, so that I can play that. Oh yeah, end of this month, Wuthering is coming out as well. Have a good one, everybody. See you next time.
The moment at hand, this very moment, is the best of our lives.